Chapter 2 Inkworthy 3 What the observer knows is one understanding formulated by indifference to the known, hence being a constructed perspective and try to reach towards truth. Once the ink is drawn to a written, left to history is its origin, thus the process of formulating a know, besides the observer by its truth being its own guide. Meditation, similar, often perceived to be best done overstepping this and making the observer obsolete in total. For grain, when grown not to be polluted in its flowering and letting the light of day it does not need by its own, it being perfect because it is not that imperfect. Hence it was regarded as such and only could bloom to flowering its sprout because there was something where polluted parts would have been in the obvious. Meaning, the ink's origin left to history weaved itself similarly to that it was written down, by that its fabric to be drawn upon could have meant to use it not, hence best kept for a different, trying to formulate the words regarded worthy to be noted down. Not meaning that contrasted by its background gained meaning, or that hence a fabric to written of is or could be not fabric, but that every absence of symmetry, or thus called all originating from perfection, led to this know to be possible to define. For these ideas have a reason within that perfection is, making this a partial trying to be understood in of its own. Hence, at realizing that to this is the thing itself what it is, regarded as perfect, and the idea that perfection is, not defining this meaning a perfect, but that perfection exists. Formulated to be worthy, noted down with ink, hence a more of these is in existence, thus not needing something that lets, or leads, better said, to why there is ink, and the proposition that it could be truth, but it needing the ink to be known, and while slowly regarding itself to be without being noted down as well. And similarly, the grain, sorting grain to flower and being its own idea, but cannot be pollution on the fabric, meaning ink written while ink is ink in writing leaves at the definition if it is noted down, or something to be disregarded, but not something that was not drawn with ink, or an effort of thoughts gathered by regards to a topic bestowing the intrinsic knowledge that these are not implying that it's true to actualize as a topic, but merely something that was contemplated, leaving practices of meditation to resolve, then to why there is an observer, this the observer being a necessity of process and thus not to be overstepped, but left with the question if to meditate on a singular why that is a perfect, like the essence of a contemplated with to regards of perfection, as a possible fundament to truth and similar, hence that perfection is its own possible to be gathered force for, that leave at reason without further thought.